Rouge. And I just heard the Ohio Lottery ad there. We have bureau chiefs in Toronto. A guy just won the $55 million Canada Lottery or Toronto Lottery or whatever it was. I don't know if they do them by region. He said, now I can finally afford to buy a house in Toronto. I don't know if he was joking or, he won $55 million in the Lotto Max Canadian jackpot. A man named Nishit Parikh got $55 million, and now I can finally afford to buy a house. I'm not sure why they're talking about it now, because he won this in August. Maybe there's an amount of time where you can remain anonymous, or I don't know. He bought the ticket 1 hour before the draw closed. There was 1 hour left to buy tickets for this Canadian lottery in Ontario. He's 30, and he bought it 1 hour before it ended. $55 million. Now he can finally buy a house and help out his immigrant parents, according to him. Nice.
Good for him.
Cavaliers play tonight. They got one over on the Oklahoma City Thunder on Saturday. They'll play the Spurs tonight in San Antonio, 8:30 here on MMS. 7 o'clock's when the Cavs Live pregame gets going. And you got a couple of more weeks left to use the promo code JOLLY over at CLE Clothing Company for any and all things Cleveland, including Retro Buzzard merch. You can get it all there. And if you're looking for holiday stuff, gifts and whatnot, you'll find it there too. It's not just items of clothing. You'd be hard-pressed to make a visit to clevelandclothing.com and walk away with an empty cart. But anyway, use Jolly. You get 20% off. Were you watching that Chappelle Elon Musk video?
I watched a little bit of it. It seems annoying.
I don't understand the point of this. I can't imagine Chappelle just brought him out to dunk on him. He was in San Francisco. I guess this was the last stop on Chappelle's tour. And he brought Elon Musk out. And a lot of people were booing. And listen, Elon Musk, again, is desperate to be seen. He's not content being a rich nerd. He's desperate to be seen as cool and funny, and he's very much not. And I think Chappelle is still trying to be like, I don't know, present himself as an open-minded guy, maybe to a fault. I don't know. But this was Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle in San Francisco. Audio's not that great, so I'm not going to play it for you. I'm sure you've seen it, and if you haven't, you can, well, I was going to say you could find it. Elon Musk, Mr. Free Speech, killed the Twitter account that first posted the video of him getting booed on stage. So I guess as long as you don't make fun of him, you're fine on Twitter. Obviously, the Streisand effect means there's copies of it everywhere. It's on YouTube, and it's whatever. But he walks out, and again, Elon Musk is, he's like 1,000 other nerds where you're a tough guy online, but you're real chode in person, He's got his hands in he can't even take his hands out of his pockets. Can't even speak to this crowd. He's booed by this crowd. Of course, he tweeted about it later on. You get booed by a large crowd. You turn to page 210 in the MAGA playbook. Oh, it's all the left's fault. That's why I got booed. That was his tweet. His tweet was, it was 90% cheers and 10% boos. Obviously, that's 100% made up, but whatever. I mean, I guess that's how he softens the blow. Of course, to him, that means that he offended all of the woke people in San Francisco rather than just being content with being a rich nerd. I don't know why and I don't know what Chappelle thought was going to happen. I don't know if Elon Musk is like painfully out of touch with how he thinks people are going to receive him because he fancies himself like, Chappelle had a funny line about, this guy doesn't even want to die on Earth. He wants to die on Mars. But I watched the video a couple times. I wasn't quite sure what the point was, other than the fact that they were in San Francisco and rich people and famous people have access to each other. And Elon Musk never found a spotlight he didn't want to get inside of. So absolutely, if somebody goes, hey, want to get on stage at the Dave Chappelle show, it probably didn't even occur to him how he would be received by the crowd. And there were people cheering for him. There were some people cheering for him. But there were a lot of people booing him. And you'd think if he had a better handle on interpersonal relationships, which he very clearly does not. Again, it blows my mind this guy has 9 kids. You never see a photo of him with the kids. And that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, there's a really good point to be made for not having your kids on social media. Pictures of them, I mean. There's a really good case to be made for that. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But he's got a lot of kids. And he's always around to be on stage with somebody or make some dumb joke or... So I wasn't quite sure what the point of it was. Because I didn't get the vibe that it was just Chappelle bringing him up there to give him a hard time, because that would be a little disingenuous.
Yeah, I don't know why Chappelle would bring Elon Musk out.
Because Chappelle finally ends it with, again, I don't know what he thought was going to happen. He finally ends it with like, okay, whatever. Okay, whatever is how he ended it, because like he's like, hey, Elon. And the guy's like, hi, how do humans talk? And of course, he probably didn't expect to get booed like that either, because he thinks that he fancies himself some kind of
man of the people,
I guess, or savior of something. I think he's one of these guys. Why doesn't everybody realize what a genius I am and treat me accordingly? Which is why when somebody posts, now again, you're not even supposed to be shooting video at a Dave Chappelle show. You put them in those yonder bags.
Yeah.
So the fact that that video showed up means that somebody snuck their phone in, and they probably weren't the only one. But the first Twitter account to post that video got summarily deactivated by the people over there at Twitter. Which, let's face it, it's just him now, right? So many people have left. It's just him. I mean, he's the moderation board. It's just him. And Chappelle introduced him by saying, make some noise for the richest man in the world. I mean, you know, there's no shortage as far as tech people go. There's no shortage of rich people in the Bay Area. And Elon Musk walks out, about 18,000 people. He's got his arms up in the air like it's a hero's welcome. And he must have misread what that experience would be. I mean, again, you never know what you're going to walk into. I think he probably thought, hey, hometown show. People are going to be in a great mood after seeing Dave Chappelle. But crowds can turn on a dime.
I was going to say, do you want to be the person to bring them down after they had like the greatest night of their life and they're just like,
no, that's why I couldn't figure out what the point was. Other than we're in San Francisco. Everybody knows who this guy is. Let's bring him out. Chappelle probably thought, let's see if this guy's got something funny to say. Let's see what the interaction might be. And Musk is out there, you know, standing there like a loaf of bread. And Chappelle made a couple of offhanded jokes. Sounds like some of the people you fired are in the audience, he said. Now, that's not a joke. That's, you know.
Probably true, yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you that. You hear that sound, Elon? That's the sound of pending civil unrest, is what he said. You know, because, you know, Musk fancies him saying, oh, I'm this free speech guy. He's a right-wing dude. So it's got nothing to do with free speech. He's a right-wing dude, and he's going hard on that on Twitter. So he's turning that into, you know, throw a dart at whatever, you know, right-wing media source you want. And Twitter's in that now because of Elon Musk. But I was curious. I don't know that Chris Rock ended up in the video at all, by the way. But somebody who was at the show referred to Elon Musk as standing there like a corn cob.
It's cone.
Yeah. So it's just a weird piece of video. Whoever shot it is not close.
Just going to make notes here. Do not bring Elon Musk out at Christmas Kwanzaa.
Don't do that.
No.
You might have, you know, what if he learned something about that? Dave Chappelle, and you brought him out at Christmas Kwanzaa, and he's just engaging and hilarious. Obviously, it's going to have way less of an impact in Northeast Ohio than it would in a tech
if he's got
center like that.
If he's got a 10-minute set he can do, that's one thing. But just going out there with nothing really prepared, that's just Bush League.
Elon Musk might have 9 kids, but I bet he remembers his daughter's coat. Well, listen, that's
Actually, would be surprised if he did. I feel like
I don't remember
he's got
asking you
Wranglers.
a goddamn thing.
yeah. He's got what?
He's got Wranglers, you know.
Wranglers. Maybe that's what I need is Wranglers.
Yeah.
Wranglers.
Whenever I say that Elon Musk is hittable, everyone always fills up my DMs with that one picture of him on the yacht.
What is it? What do you mean hittable?
Like,
Oh,
I
bangable.
can smash, yeah.
Oh, well, to some people that might mean punchable, I guess.
And then I think
Smash.
I think even you said it. Oh, he's not the richest man in the world. I'm like, so I done had sex with people that look just like him for free. You think I wouldn't do it if he only had $1
Well,
billion?
no, I wasn't saying that to throw you off. I was saying that people who refer to him as that,
But I didn't refer to him as that.
depending on what day it is, they could be right or could be wrong. These things change, by the day, but
Even if he
by
wasn't
the
a
stock
billionaire.
trip. Huh?
I said even if he wasn't a billionaire.
No, but you don't like fat, doughy dudes. So what about him is attractive other than his net worth?
But I didn't. But I was saying he looked hittable before I saw him in that. Now, don't get me wrong. I still would smash, even though I saw him in that. He was doughy and he was in the wetsuit. But
he's only attractive to you because he's wealthy.
no, I like.
If he was dirt poor, you'd go, that guy's hot.
He looks kind of like Daddy when he's all done in a suit. Yeah,
But everybody does.
I like his face. I think he has a good facial structure. I don't think he's ugly. He's not an ugly dude. He may not be like the hottest, richest guy, but he's not an ugly dude. I don't think he's ugly at all.
So that shirtless photo of him on the boat did what for you?
It didn't really do much. It didn't turn me off, but it definitely didn't turn me on. I'm like, all right, well, I'll probably have to wear my wetsuit and just take the bottoms off just so he can get to me.
Just so he can get to me, Bill, is what he says.
Yeah, I heard it. I was, yeah.
Just so he can get to me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody sent me, I don't know how old this is. Somebody sent me, Alan, did you hear the 911 call where the guy makes a joke? And he probably lost his job because the lady flips out. Have you heard this?
I don't know.
The woman calls 911 because her daughters are fighting.
I don't know if I've ever heard this.
Somebody sent me this. I don't know how old it is. So if this has been passed around a lot, I apologize. I hadn't heard it before.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I need a police officer over here at 7th Court.
What's going on?
I've got 2 teenage daughters, and I just got home from work. They were physically fighting with each other, and one of them kicked a hole in a door. And they're 12 and almost 14, and the 12-year-old is completely out of control. And I can't, physically, if she's as big as I am, I can't control her.
Okay, did you want us to come over to shoot her?
Oh, I remember this.
Are you there?
Excuse me?
That's a joke. Okay, so
Who are you? What is your name?
Mike Forbes.
Okay, that's not funny, Mike. And
sorry.
guess what? I'm going to file a formal complaint.
I don't blame you a bit.
Because you know what? This is really not very funny.
I know it's not, ma'am. I
Well,
apologize.
guess what? It's not going to be very funny when I go in front of your supervisor and tell him.
I understand.
I guess he can just listen to the tape.
Yes, he can. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well,
Hold
sorry
on.
doesn't
Hold
cut it.
on
I
one
need a police
second.
officer.
Hold on.
So is that old?
Yeah, that's a while. I've heard that a bunch of times.
I've never heard that.
But that's very funny.
Oh my god! No, I mean, I
Like
would
just
be
how like I'm not saying what he said was funny. It's just how quick he realized. I'm an idiot.
Talk about misreading the room. Oh, who thinks that a woman who can't control her 12-year-olds has a sense of humor? She's calling the cops. Can you imagine if Poundcake's mom had called the cops because he and his brother at 12 and 13 were fighting each other?
If anything, we would have to call the cops on her. Every beating I got, I deserved. I was scared of my mom. After we pushed
My guess is you're due some. Like,
well, I'm just saying, we pushed her, and nothing. And then when she just has that break and she's angry, I'm like, what are you overreacting for? All right, we were just playing. We do it all the time. What's wrong with you?
Did you guys not foresee a time where she would just snap?
Because they were random. Like it's the definition of the straw that broke the camel's back. Because
Yes, that's what snapping is. It's random and it's violent and it comes out of nowhere.
So yes, I did not expect it because it was random. It would be something like we would do big things and she was just like, just get out of my face, leave me alone. Like wouldn't be us just like just don't do anything, don't do it again, blah blah blah. And then
you were playing Russian roulette with your mom.
And then weeks later, I do something, and I don't even think I
that
would
you
do
would think of as little.
I would say something, and it would just be like a reflex. I'd say something, it'd be like, I'm like, whoa, like what happened? She's like, I told your ass. I'm like, oh. well, damn. Like, I'm
Got
sorry,
her at the
Mom.
wrong time, man.
She was like, I'm sick of you. You did that stuff last week. I'm like, oh, so this was building. You just had this.
It's always building, yeah.
It's always,
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like a teapot. Sooner or later, she's going to whistle, and that whistle is the sound of you getting your ass kicked.
The last time I can remember it. Now, I'm sure this probably wasn't the last time, but it was, I think I was a teenager. I guess I don't know what age I was, but we were picking up a Little Caesars pizza, and it was hot and ready. And I said something. I said, whatever, Mom, it's your world. She was like, it is my world, and it's my dime. She's like, you want to pull over? Go pull over. She's like, I'm about to kick your ass right now. I'm like, what?
Throw the hot, it burns his face with hot cheese.
I'm hot and ready. Like, I'm about to hit you.
She was hot and ready.
All right.
Right, Bill?
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza. She said, beacha. Right there in the car.
Hot, ready, and $5.
Yeah. All right. There's somebody said, I forwarded to you, Poundcake. Somebody sent me an email and said this might be a new account for Poundcake's mom to follow. It's a new TikTok monkey on TikTok. Somebody's got a spider monkey opening up packages or something. I sent it forwarded it to Poundcake.
Monkeys are just so interesting. Like, they're just so smart. They just are. I don't blame my mom for watching them. I blame her for getting attached to them, like sending it stuff. But I could watch monkey videos for hours just because I've never seen an animal just use their hands like a human being.
Yeah, we share 99%
gifts.
of our DNA with them.
And they're just so cool.
We are 1% away from being that smart.
Well, you are. I'm not.
No, we all are. We all share 99% of our DNA with them. So when your mom is watching, are you going to send that to her? Are you going to show it to her? Or you think she's already on it?
I'll show it to her. I'm probably about to see her this coming week.
Oh, yeah?
I help her rap.
You help her rap? Oh, WRAP. Oh, it's like his mom's got I don't know, RAP.
Hey, I'm Teresa, and I'm here to say.
Yeah. She's got a
beat my kids in a major
in the USA.
On Christmas Day.
That's right. Yeah, she's got a burgeoning rap career or something.
Yeah, no, we're gonna make a day of it. Like, I'm gonna have some wine and probably order some pizza, and then
Little Caesars.
Hopefully not.
Sake.
I was gonna say, will you recount the anecdote with her, Mom? Because you know what? I bet that she wouldn't remember the things that you talk about.
I don't think so.
You
either.
kind of commit them to memory because you were a kid, and they were probably much more impactful in your life.
Well, this was a later memory because I didn't ride with my mom to get. I must have been in college, because this was like when I was home, and I don't remember what the argument was over, but I was just being a smartass. I was
and
just
she
being
slapped you.
And she didn't slap me, but she threatened to literally kick my ass. She said, "I'm going to kick your ass." She's like, "And if you hit me, I'm going to kick you even harder." She didn't say, "I'm going to call the police."
Ass!
She didn't say. She's like, "I'll choke you." She's like, the whole mom saying where I brought you into this world, I'll take you out type thing.
I'll choke you. I will choke you.
I'll choke you.
It's like Homer and Bart.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mom's like 5'5", and she's like, "What, you want to take me on?" She's like, "I dare you to hit me. I dare you."
Wow. You were at a disadvantage. You can't hit your mother.
I like your mom like throwing it down like that. Like, come on. You don't want these hands.
Think you can take me?
No, I was never, I don't think there was an instance ever when I would retaliate at my mom, like hit her back. Like I
was terrified of my parents.
No, but I was it wasn't even like a terrified thing. It was just like I had respect. Like,
you had no respect for your mom.
I know I
the
deserved
baseline of respect is not I wouldn't hit my mom back.
But
I wouldn't punch my mom in the face is not the bare minimum for respect.
But I do know kids that did. And I just like the same kids
right,
that would
but
call their moms bitches. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. But that's way out of line.
I remember
saying, I'm not as bad as those guys. They kick their mom in the ass.
I remember seeing a kid that I played soccer with, and his dad was one of the assistant coaches. And I remember seeing the kid like in a fight with his dad and then like kicking his dad in the shin.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, wow.
Like jaw on the ground.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe you would do that.
But that's the household in public.
And then the dad didn't even retaliate. Like he was being pretty, like the kid was known for throwing fits, but I couldn't believe anybody would be violent like that towards their dad. Cause there wasn't one moment in my life growing
Never.
up that I would do anything to like try and physically hurt either of my parents, but especially my dad, because I know that it would just be over. I only saw him get physical with my brother one time where he like put my brother up against the fridge and like lifted him up off the ground, because my dad's a bricklayer. So like,
Yeah.
especially in those days, he was in pretty good shape and very, very strong. And yeah, he put my brother, who was still like a few inches taller than him, just up against the fridge and just had his feet dangling. And I was just like, ah,
You don't want any of that.
nope.
I got to take a break. If you want to text 35192, AlanCoxShow.com on a watch live, I'll have Cavs tickets for you on the way back. Phoenix Suns are going to be in town on Wednesday the 4th, and we'll put you at that game.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio